Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Serenity Within. If you're new here, hello. We've got a nice bunch of people, and most of you actually came over from my other channel, which is Becky's Crafts and Goodies. So hi if you're from there too. So what we do on this channel is we just have a little bit of a chat. It's just a friendly chat, and it's things that maybe have cropped up with me in my week, something that I've thought of, something that I think that it'd be nice to share with you guys. So that's really how this channel works. So today, really, I want to talk about people coming into our lives, people going out of our lives, whether it be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I don't know if you've ever heard of that saying, but it's something that's kind of stuck with me for a long time. And it's about people we come into contact with and why. Because I'm a great believer that the majority of people come into our life for a reason, and we can often learn from that. So however they've been presented to us, whether it be in a work environment, a friend environment, someone that you bump into, a school, it can be for various different reasons, but often there is, or there can be, an underlying reason why that person has come into our life. And as part of the saying as well is that people can come into our life for a season, and that's for sort of a slightly longer period, and someone that's there quite often maybe, and helps you out for a period in your life. And of course that's there's a reason, there's a purpose for them to be there. And then you get the people that are there for a lifetime, so therefore all of your life, whether it's a really, really good friend that you've known ever since you were little, or for the rest of your life from now. So, there's different people and different reasons, and sometimes it's hard to understand why these people come into your life, why they make the impact they do. And some you think maybe are going to be in your life longer than it turns out. And sometimes maybe friendships don't last as long as what you would hope them to. I know personally, I'm not as close to certain people that I have been in the past. And sometimes it's hard to kind of figure out why the friendship broke down or why you're not as close as what you are. But I think that you could spend your life really racking your brains as to what you've done wrong, or, what happened with that relationship. And it could also be in sort of a personal boyfriend and girlfriend relationship as well. And I think really where I've got to on thinking about things like this is you can't always put all the blame on you. People and relationships are two-sided, so you have to want to be in someone's life, and as much as you want to be in theirs, they also have to want to be in your life for it to work, whether that's on a partner basis or a friend basis. So it takes two, and I think if you find you're the one that's making the effort all the time, sometimes it can get a little bit disheartening, and friendships inevitably break down, which is sometimes very sad, and leaves people feeling very sad. So they're the kind of the different things, and I think that we change and evolve as people as well, and I think that has a big impact on who comes in and out of our lives. And when you're younger, obviously at school, lots of people, and you would find that generally you're not friends with the people that you were at school. I know I only know basically a handful of people, and I wouldn't consider them to be my friends, I suppose. I know them, they're friends, but they're not, they're not good friends. And I think things that happen in life, things that happen to you, whether it be big events, whether it be, job changes, or illness, or good things that happen, marriage breakdowns, weddings, anything like that, these, the big things that happen to you in your life, they can change you as people. And I think naturally, as you get older, you do change the way you look at life. And I think it in turn changes who you want to be around and who you want around you. I'm hoping this is making some sense, because as it's all coming out, it's not really making much sense as I'm rambling it out, but I kind of know what I mean in my head. So I think it's about looking at who comes into your life, and if they want to be in it, they will make the effort to be in it with you. And I don't feel that you should be the one to have to chase people to be a part of your life. I suppose that's kind of what I'm saying. If they do want to be in it, then they will make the effort to be in it just as much as you want them to. And I think with life, often it's about timing, and it's about kind of everything aligning and the right time, the right place. I do believe that there's a big part of that too. And I do believe also that people are sent to help us in certain ways, whether it to be to guide us, whether it to be for a particular lesson that we need to learn. And, that timing is a big part. And I think also when you're kind of on your journey and you're going through things and you think, maybe you're not friends with somebody or as close as what you used to be, or maybe you've lost someone that you want to form a relationship with, or whatever the reason may be. I think you have to have faith that as long as you're doing everything that you feel is right, then the situation is in hand, and you've got to trust kind of your inner wisdom that you feel that things are going on the right track. And I just think you have to kind of get in touch with your inner self in a respect, really, because you have to lean on yourself, because I think really we're the only one that you can only rely on yourself throughout your life. There isn't anybody else. I know we have parents and friends that we can rely on, but the only one that you truly can rely on is you. So I think it's really good to get into a habit of trusting your gut instinct, your inner instinct, and often going with that. And I don't think we rely on ourselves maybe enough. I know I do sometimes, but sometimes maybe I'm a little bit impulsive and don't listen to that kind of inner voice that's maybe got more my interests at heart. So it's about learning to trust what you truly feel deep down, I suppose, and kind of going with that. So I suppose to sum this up, people do come into our life. They come in sometimes for a reason, sometimes for a lesson, sometimes to maybe teach us something that we didn't really know about ourselves, and maybe something we didn't ever think we needed to know about ourselves, and how we would react given certain situations and being put in certain situations. And it kind of teaches us about things that maybe we didn't think there was a problem, but it may be unearths problems within us that we really need to look at and we really need to deal with. So rather than having a bad situation, or if something's not gone exactly the way that you wanted to, then I think the way that we need to look at it is to maybe not overthink it. I don't think that's good in the slightest, but maybe sometimes analyze things and think, rather than just being upset that something didn't work out, think to yourself, well, why didn't it? Was I not ready for that? Was the timing not quite right? Do I genuinely believe in my heart that it's not the right thing for me? And I think that we just have to have faith that things happen for a reason, and sometimes trust in that, and let life flow maybe a little bit more. But that's it. That's kind of what I wanted to say. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. I think I've made sense in my head, if nothing else. But I hope you're all okay, and I hope you're keeping safe and well. It's a really miserable day today. It's been quite wet and horrible, and I've got a little bit more filming to do on my other channel, Becky's Crafts and Goodies too. So hopefully I'll do that, because I've got loads of videos that are stacked up. But I know lots of people in the country are in or going into lockdown again. I know that Wales is going in very shortly, within the next day or so. And it is a really difficult time. It is a testing time, but I certainly feel that lockdown it's made me look at things differently. It's made me look at my whole life differently, really. I know that sounds a little bit drastic, but lots of people were forced to slow down. They were forced to stop work, whereas work was all we're driven. It's kind of setting us from when we're very little to get up, to go to work, to do this, to come home, and we're kind of pre-programmed, aren't we? And it's just round and round and round and round again, and it's like we're little robots, really. And I know that a lot of people were forced to spend time at home, forced to spend time with their family. Sometimes, that's most of the times, I suppose, 8-9 times out of 10, that proved to be a good thing. But I think also it made a lot of people reevaluate what they've got, and who they are and what direction they want to go in. So it's certainly made the whole country stop and have some sort of forced thinking time. And you are free to think whatever you want. So your mind is your own. So what a better time to sit and think when it's quiet, or when you go to bed or something, and think about how you want your life to go, and if it's not going the way that you want it to, what are the problems, and how can you change that, because I think sometimes we sit there and we think this is our life, this is just as it should be, and just sit back and accept it. But sometimes that's not always the way it has to be. I'm kind of someone that's always striving to do well and always striving for more on what can I improve. And I don't want to be better than anybody else. The only person that I want to be better than is who I was yesterday. And I always try to be a good person, always try to be a kind person. And I think that has to be at the root. But don't get me wrong, I'm not a pushover in any way, shape or form. But I think you have to have a good heart to start with, and this is your life, and you have to live it the way that you feels right. And I don't feel that you can't hurt people along the way, and that can't be your intention, but I feel that you have to do in your life what's right in your heart. And I suppose that's really what I wanted to say to you guys. So hopefully some of this will mean something to somebody out there, and that's it. So I hope you're all okay. And as I always say, you take care, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.